Welcome to the Oakley Podcast, Trucking Business Family. I'm Jeremy Kellett, Director of Recruiting here at Oakley, and I am your host for this podcast, along with Miss Megan Cummins. Sitting in with me as a co-host, although you didn't sit in on this episode with Mr. Gerald Brown.
Yeah. You know why?
Too busy.
That's
okay. But that's all right.
I was doing Gerald Brown's paperwork downstairs. Did he tell you about his new truck while he was up here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Gerald's a super guy.
He's great.
We got to know a little bit about Gerald, and he is, y'all going to hear a great story from him. He's, of course, one of our owner-operators, been here a couple of years, I think, and he's got a great story from going from real estate to trucking. He used to be a fleet owner before that, so he's had several trucks, and I mean he gets into some really good information and good story that he's got, and of course a great guy. So glad to bring y'all a new episode every week. We got great sponsors, of course. Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. I went to lunch with those guys the other day.
Yeah.
And I was talking to David and Nathan, and I said, now look, we need to come get some new pictures. Annabelle needs to come down there and get some new pictures when you got some Oakley trucks in there. He said there's Oakley trucks in there every day.
Really?
I said, oh, yeah.
That's
so
good.
He said that's going great, and that I'm getting some great feedback from our owner operators on that too. So, and of course Keith at Arrow, rolling
Can't
right
forget
along. Keith. Yeah, talk to him about every day. I think somebody in this building talks to him.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple times a day.
Yeah.
But we gotta get him lined up on this new terminal here in Little Rock, North Little Rock, to where we can utilize that a little bit more. So,
Yeah.
And I know you're listening, Keith. You got to get this.
Yeah,
this going.
Keith.
Yeah.
Chop.
Chop.
Time's a wasting.
Yeah, but we've got a new sponsor coming up in a couple weeks.
Okay.
Doing a little bit of a little more talking, a little more research with them, but
Yeah.
I think it's going to be great for our owner operators.
This is top secret. I haven't
This
heard about
is
it.
top secret.
Does anybody know? Does anyone know?
Yes, she was in a meeting with me. We had with them Friday, and we are. It's a couple weeks away, but
Yeah.
I think they're going to be a great asset to our owner operators and helping them on the road. So
I can get it out.
we'll get to that later. A little teaser there. Other than that, what else we got going on? 2290s, you're good. I think we mentioned it up.
Well, no, I guess not.
When's the end? Last day?
August 31st.
Get
Make
'em in
sure.
there.
Hey, also, while we're on the subject, I did want to mention this because this is a recurring problem every year. Whenever you pay your $22.90, whether you pay by card or by checking account, please make sure to go back through your bank and see that they took the money out. Double check and make sure that the deduction or what's that called? Credit?
Why
Debit?
are you saying that? Some people not get charged?
Well, yeah. So a couple times a year, I mean, it's really just different points of the year that they'll get letters from the IRS that says you've not paid for your $22.90 in 24, 25, 23, 24, whatever it is. However it's worded. It's from the IRS. Those are official documents. There should be instructions on the letter on how to rectify that. But to cut out, any issues, I would go double check as soon as you pay that there was money taken from your checking account or your card. So
2290s, get it done.
Yeah.
I tell you, the biggest thing right now is the heat.
Yeah, it's smoldering outside.
I mean, these guys, have to work out in it, and not just our owner operators, but our mechanics,
Yeah.
the guys in the wash bay. I mean, the guys out here on all the ports that we have.
Yeah.
I mean, it is some serious heat going on right
Yeah.
now. So do everything you can to prepare for that. Lots
Yeah.
of water, not too much out there. I mean,
Electrolytes.
Yeah, it seems like every year we have somebody has a falling out over heat. So
I almost fell out walking in from my car.
I know you get overheated quick.
Yeah. They say sugar melts in the rain. I think it melts in the heat, too.
The heat, yeah.
And I would know if
I know
anybody
you
would.
Yeah, so definitely take precautions when it comes to heat. I mean,
Yes.
that's happening a lot right now. So, all right, everything else good, Megan?
Yes. Is everything okay with you?
Oh, just fantastic. Even though she just lied, but that's okay. We're not going to get into that. Company party, Annabelle
Yeah.
said. Oh, and calendar too. We got just a little bit longer if you want to get your calendar pick in. because I think I've explained it before. We do a calendar every year of our owner-operators that send in the best pictures, and we got a little group here that picks the top 12. And I had a guy comment, I don't know if you saw that, Annabelle, on YouTube or something about taking the rest of them. Well, we already do that. We have already been taking a bunch of the other pictures that didn't make the actual month calendar and put a collage on the back or on the, I think, or at the bottom or something. Yeah. And we do that with a lot of them. So
Good
we got
plan.
more than just 12 in there. So send in your pictures for the calendar. That deadline is a couple of weeks, September sometime. Okay. Give us time to get them made because it takes a while to get all these calendars made. So we make a bukus of them.
Yeah.
So calendars, company party.
Yeah, Vegas themed, right? Oh, truck show is Vegas themed. We have like blackjack tables, baccarat, craps.
Probably.
Really?
I don't know. I'm not in charge of the company
That's a good
party.
plan. Is it illegal
That's
to gamble?
Annabelle and Corey truck show.
Oh, I've got to ask Corey.
So they
I already know
are-
the answer is going to be no. Don't make me ask Corey. You should ask Corey.
You probably won't even get a T-shirt. I don't get
Well,
one.
turn the cameras off. Why
I
are you
don't
being
get
so
one.
mean to me?
I'm not mean to you.
You don't get one?
No,
You don't get a truck show shirt?
I do. I did. Okay. maybe I
Really?
did. Did you get one last year?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I did. Okay.
Back to Gerald Brown.
Yes, Gerald's a great guy. I think everybody's really going to enjoy the episode.
I do too. They just won't like the intro.
You can skip it.
Hey, thanks everybody for watching the Oakley Podcast. Hope you enjoy Gerald Brown. And we got a bunch more coming soon. So tune in every Wednesday for a new one. We appreciate y'all out there. Talk to you later. Central Arkansas Trucking Trailer strives to take care of our owner-operators as quickly and accurately as possible. As a family-owned and operated company, they understand and value the importance of relationships just like we do. That is why Oakley owner-operator Joe Williams continues to return to their shop for service on his truck.
I've been with Oakley Trucking for 2 years in this April, first time owner-operator. It was a shock, the maintenance and the repairs on it, because I've never done anything like this before. And I told my wife, I said, I'm going to try that Central Arkansas truck and trailer, because they're so convenient. They're right there off the interstate, right down the road from Oakley Trucking. And I talked to Nathan, and being an owner-operator, he tries to get the owner-operators in and out as quick as possible because he knows if we're not rolling, we're not making money. If they tell me they can get my truck in at a certain time, they get it in at a certain time. If they tell me, well, it'll be ready at this time, it's ready at that time. So I can really count on them. They're competitive with anybody around, probably better than most.
Next time your truck needs service, give Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer a call at 501-568-2185 and let them know you heard it here on the Oakley Podcast. I am sitting down with Mr. Gerald Brown, one of our owner-operators here at Oakley, and want to get his story, which, I always love getting stories from our owner-operators, Gerald. I mean, it tells the story. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a history, and it seems like the more owner-operators that we get on, you can relate to their story and their challenges and their, problems that they run into. And it's everyone's different, and it's always just great to get do another one here at Oakley. And Gerald has been gracious enough. We kind of put him on the spot here as he's in here today, which he's changing from a hopper to a pneumatic tank. We're going to touch on that here in a minute too. But welcome to the podcast, Gerald. I appreciate you doing this.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Give our listeners just a little bit of who you are, where you're from, married, whatever.
I've been in the trucking business since 1992. I live in Katy, Texas, but I'm originally from Winchester, Tennessee.
Okay.
I'm a huge University of Tennessee fan, so I don't.
Okay, this episode is over. Sorry about that. I should have asked more questions before we come up here, Gerald.
Exactly. You sent me back to the driver's room. But I've had fun with some of the dispatchers, Russell and Jack. With Tennessee, of course, Arkansas was on Tennessee this year in baseball and football, but it's been a lot of fun with that. But
got a family?
I do. Yeah, I've got 3 sons. We've got a blended family,
Okay.
3 sons and a daughter. Got 3 granddaughters.
They all live around you down there in Katy, Texas?
No, around Houston, but not
Okay.
really, between the Woodlands and Katy and Baytown, and we're all kind of around.
Within a day's drive.
Pretty much.
Good.
Yeah. Some days down there, it could take a day to get there just
Yeah.
about.
Wife?
Yep. Her name's Carrie. We've been together 10 years, been married almost 10 years.
Good.
I met her in June of 2015. She didn't know a thing in the world about trucks. Nothing. All she knew about trucks was that they got in her way on the way to work,
Like most people.
Right. But she's learned a lot about it. She takes care of everything at home as far as, the paperwork end of it and things like that. And the bank. I get to do the fun part. I get to drive the truck. Right. She has to do the hard part. But
does she have another job outside of that job?
Not right now.
Okay.
She helps our daughter with her baby. She got a 1-year-old, just turned 1-year-old, July 10th, granddaughter, and so she's enjoying that. So between me and that baby, she stays pretty busy.
Yeah. So she's a partner in this deal.
Very much so. Yeah. We don't do anything separate from one another. We talk about everything together. I'm very fortunate to have her as a wife and also a business partner.
Is that hard to do on the road, Gerald? I mean, being on, you stay out, you said a couple weeks at a time is what you like to do.
Yeah,
Is
2 to 3.
Is that tough? I mean, y'all been doing it now for 10 years, I guess.
Yeah. With she and I, it's all we've really known since we've been together, But, of course, you miss home, you miss things. The reason I like to stay out like that is because, for me, going home every weekend is just not enough time. I would rather stay out a little longer and then spend a little more time at home. Yeah. It just works for me.
Yeah, everybody's a little bit different.
Right.
So, you live in Katy, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do when you're not working? You got any hobbies down there you and your wife like to do?
We love going to the beach down in South Padre Island, Texas. We hadn't been able to recently. We love it down there. We've always had kind of a goal to retire down there, but we have a pool at the house, and we like to cook out and swim and love baseball.
Oh, really?
My wife never misses an LSU, Tennessee baseball game or an Astros baseball game.
No kidding.
Yeah, loves it. Yeah.
You too?
Oh, yeah. I just don't get to watch them as much as she does.
Do you go to the stadiums down there in Houston?
Not that
Any?
often. We do occasionally. The traffic's just we just almost rather sit in our living room and watch it at the house.
I understand. Totally.
But we do. I mean, it's something that you kind of want to go once a year.
Yeah.
We love football too, college and the Texans.
Let's talk about your career in trucking.
Okay.
Because, some people, like our guest we had last week, I mean, his son, Fred Levy, and his son knows what he's going to do. He's going to be a truck driver.
Right.
When he gets of age. Did you know you were going to be a truck driver when you got out of high school? What did you do?
My dad, he was a judge in Tennessee, and he also owned a real estate company, small town in Tennessee, Winchester, Tennessee. And I followed in his footsteps right out of high school and got my real estate license. And I went to Florida and also got my real estate license. And I did that for 5 or 6 years. And but all my life I'd been infatuated with trucks and heavy equipment and things such as, and loved airplanes. When I was in Florida, I wanted to become an airplane pilot, and it just didn't work out. So I moved back to Tennessee, and I was the only person in our family to drive a truck. I just decided, I'm not going to get to fly airplanes. It's just not going to work out. So I started driving trucks. That was in May of 1992. And it just fits for me. I was successful in the real estate business, but I wasn't happy. It would just be so hard for me, even what y'all do, sit in the office. And I'm not saying you just sit there, but being, I'm moving around all the time. And it takes all of us. And, just being in an office situation wasn't working for me.
What was your first truck driving job?
My first truck driving job was hauling carpet out of Calhoun, Georgia. I'd run.
Did you go to school?
I did go to school
Okay.
because I had been driving a truck for a man in the construction business that I worked for. I wasn't supposed to be driving it. It was an old International cab over. It took two people to start it. One had to be turning the key, and we had a hole in the air boot back there where the air filter was, and you had to spray starting fluid. I don't care if it was 100 degrees outside. The first time you started that thing every day, it took two people to start it. And
You never shut it off, huh?
no. And I didn't have a CDL or back then. Well, that's about the time CDLs were coming in. So, about really unless you found somebody to sponsor you or let you use their truck, you pretty much had to go to a truck driving school. So I went to a truck driving school in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah.
And got your first job hauling carpet.
Mm-hmm. Carpet to California and produce back.
Wow.
First time I ever went to California, I ended up right in the middle of the Rodney King riots. First trip to California. And I was thinking, what in the world have you got yourself into?
Right.
Yeah. And
were you able to get out of there?
I got
get
out
through
of
there?
it. I was with a team driver, and I was the one driving,
Oh.
and I got off the wrong exit, and he woke up and he said, what in the world have you got us into?
Was there people all around
There
you?
was people everywhere. There was board signs. I'll never forget it, that there were plywood on storefronts, I'm mad too. Don't burn me out and stuff like that.
And you driving down through the street?
Yep.
Wrong turn.
Bad.
Gerald.
Bad wrong turn. Yeah.
At least you got out of there.
Yeah. Got out. And I learned a lesson.
Yeah.
So.
Well, so you had that job for a while. You knew you was born to be a truck driver at this point, I guess, and that's what you were going to do the rest of your life, probably. Mm-hmm. And then you got off into, I know you were at a job for a long time.
I was, but before that, I was an owner-operator and didn't succeed. But I tried to go too fast. Instead of having one truck, I tried to get 3, 4, 5.
Really?
And I couldn't work fast enough. I drove one, other people driving others, and unfortunately, just some people are not going to take care of your equipment the way you will. And I couldn't work fast enough to keep up with it.
Let's talk about that a minute,
Okay.
because I didn't know that about you, but I see people here, and I get asked a lot of times, hey, can I add 2, 3, 4 trucks on with Oakley? And my answer is typically, you don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. Let me save you some headache there, and we typically don't do it because most time it doesn't work out. But a lot of them have that idea of being successful. I need a bunch of trucks and start my own company type deal. And there is some that can do that and make it successful. But let's talk about what were you doing right before that when you decided, hey, I'm going to get a bunch of trucks? Did you lease on with a company? Did you get your own authority?
No, I didn't get my own authority. My wife at the time's dad had authority, and I ran under his authority some, but we also leased to a company out of Pasadena, Texas, Clark Freight Lines. And I just said, man, I had my one truck, and I was doing pretty good, and I was like, shoot, 2 or 3 more of these, Yep. But the thing you run into, Jeremy, and I don't mean anything by this, is people that are going to come and work for me, and I'm not offering insurance. I'm your contract employee. There's a reason why they're not working for a company that offers all those benefits.
Exactly.
Either their driving record is not acceptable or something, And, I had a guy tell me one time, I was mentioning telling him how he should go to this customer. And he said, you can tell me whatever you want to, but as soon as I get out of your eyesight, I'm going to go however I want to. And that's what you're up against,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I had a man tell me either on 1 or 100, but no number in between, and I wasn't smart enough to listen to it. So I got out of that, and I went, believe it or not, I went to J.B. Hunt. And
Did you get out of that situation okay? I mean,
No.
Was
bad.
was that a financial?
Yeah, it was
problem?
take them to the dealership and turn them in. Yeah, it was
Kind of
bad.
effect that have on you,
Oh,
Gerald?
it
How
was-
old were you at this point?
I was 38.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
It was embarrassing.
Mm.
It was hard on family life, you know. But then also a little bit of it was kind of like a weight lifted off your shoulders, you know. But it wasn't fun, you know. And it's still kind of embarrassing to talk about it. But
Sure.
But if it could help somebody else,
That's exactly why I'm asking you this.
Right.
I don't mean to
Right.
bring out you.
No,
you know, we all have those
right.
mistakes we made in the past. I mean, if I told you mine, we'd be here all day. But you're exactly right. If it helps the next guy.
Yeah. It's just like you said a while ago, anybody saying, could I put on 2 or 3? Unless your wife's driving one and you're driving one and your kid's driving one, absolutely, I'm totally against it, you know. But no, I went to quit that. I got out of that and I went to work, believe it or not, for J.B. Hunt on a dedicated account hauling Budweiser beer from Houston to Dallas every day.
Okay.
Probably one of the funnest truck driving jobs I ever had.
Why is that?
There'd be 8 or 10 of us running together from Houston Brewery to Dallas every day, pulling these Bud Light, Budweiser trailers, jabbering on the CB radio and all of that, and it made a lot of good friends. Even the freight haulers that run that same route every day, I mean, you'd see a truck coming, you knew who was in it before you even got there. You know, it was a lot of fun. That account went away. So I went into, in April of 24, I went to work for Air Products and Chemicals hauling cryogenic liquid and stayed there till 21. So.
Oh, you was there a long time.
I said 24. It was 2004.
Right.
April of 2004. Yeah, I was there a long time, and I took a semi-retirement. I hauled pretty much everything they had from liquid helium to liquid hydrogen.
That was a company driving job.
Yeah. It
Okay.
was. Predominantly team. Most of the time
Okay.
I was there, I did do a little local work for about 8 months. I just got tired of it and decided I wanted to go back to being an owner-operator. I really and truly, I wanted to prove to myself that I could succeed. I did. Because I made a lot of mistakes the time before. I let too many people influence me, and I'm glad I did it. It's been tough. Now, we've had some tough times, and I'm fortunate. My wife she stands beside me, you know,
Yeah.
shoulder to shoulder. Well, not hardly shoulder to shoulder because she's about 2 feet shorter than I am. She's gonna kill me when she sees it. But you know, just you know, that's what I wanted to do. And like I said, we've had some tough times, but we've learned a lot along the way. And
So you bought that truck coming out of hauling cryogenics. You decided to buy your own truck, and
I went to hauling cryogenics with the first one I had.
Okay.
And it was a company, good people, great people. They were starting out a new division, and it was kind of hit and miss. It was, you know, you may work 8 weeks steady and then be off 3 weeks. It was just too, like, you know, up and down. So I went on and I went leased on to Sherwin-Williams, the contract division of Sherwin-Williams, CTS National. Great company, great business plan. I got bored because you're basically just dropping and hooking dry vans, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I just I didn't really feel challenged, you know. So I met Bobby Taylor at the Loves in Oklahoma one day, and he called up Harrison and talked to Harrison on the phone. Harrison will tell you it took me about 4 or 5 months to make my mind up to come here.
Right.
But I wanted to make sure it's what I wanted to do. You know, I didn't want to come and stay 2 weeks or 2 months and leave.
Yeah.
I didn't. I hate change.
Yeah.
But so now I'm
So
here.
you did your research, found it might be a good fit.
Mm-hmm.
You talked to Bobby Taylor several times, I'm sure.
Yep, Dean Smith.
Yep. And you came over and started on the hopper division, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've been doing that for how long? I don't guess we even told them. How long you been here?
I started August 12th last year.
Oh, right at a year.
Yep.
Oh, well, congratulations. That's
Worked
good.
4 days and the motor blew up in my truck.
Oh, my gosh.
And
That's a major setback.
well, it was. Thank God it was under warranty, but it still took 6 weeks. Down 6 weeks. That's painful. Everybody here was so understanding. I'm like nervous because I'm just first rattle out of the bag and here motor blows up. And I had a couple other issues, and I just got the opportunity to trade for a new truck just now. It's in the process. Well, I've got the truck, but I'm doing, at the same time of switching to pneumatic, I'm changing trucks and everything.
Yeah, so that was tough to overcome that 6 week of. I mean, you start here 4 days and then you're down 6 weeks.
It was real hard.
And we're thinking, Oakley's thinking, oh my gosh,
what did we
work 4 days? What are we doing? What have we done?
Yeah.
Who have we hired?
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
But you stayed in touch with us and you made it through it somehow.
Yep. And my dispatcher, he was great, Jack, and it was good to know that I was somewhere, because the first thing I thought was, and they're gonna cut me loose.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen.
No, we know. I mean, we do enough work ahead of time to know we got a good guy. Let's give him an opportunity for sure. So, and it's worked out great. So you've been pulling a hopper bottom all this time, and now you're swapping to pneumatic tanks.
Right.
What made you make that decision?
Talking to Dean Smith and Bobby on the phone.
Of course.
I wanted to, when I first came here, I wanted to go into end dump. And y'all were in the process of getting a bunch of new trailers. You were short of end dump trailers. And so I went over to hopper. And then I thought, well, I'll go. Now I was talking to Harrison. I'll go to end dump. And Bobby and them were like, man, come over here with us. Where you live, come over here with us. And I was like, well, I'm buying a new truck. If I'm, like I was telling you earlier, if I'm gonna jump in, let's jump in the deep end. So
good.
And it's something I think I really enjoy it. I really do. It probably is a little closer from what I'm hearing people say to what I was doing in the cryogenic liquid business, because you're in and out of chemical plants
Probably
a lot and things like that. So.
Yeah, probably so. And you might get back to what you're a little more used to, But it's always, you're a man that likes challenges, and the pneumatic tank's another challenge.
Oh yeah.
To put on your list there to accomplish.
All right, it's going to be a learning curve for sure.
And that's good. I'm so glad. I've told this before, but we've got several different divisions here because guys can change jobs but never leave the company.
Right.
Gives them a little different perspective at it. By the way, how was the hopper division?
It was like anything else. There were certain things I liked hauling and certain things I didn't, but sometimes the runs were a little short, but you just communicate with your dispatcher. I had a great dispatcher, and he with Russell too. We got along fine.
Make money?
Yeah, I was making money.
Good. Well, I know doing different divisions, I mean, it's good that you're able to change it. And what kind of truck did you buy?
I bought a 2024 International LT 625, but it's never been titled. And a company had ordered some of them down in Lake Charles, down in Louisiana, and didn't take them. And so this company's sitting on 5 of them, and they just made me a deal I felt like I couldn't pass up. You know, it should be a very efficient truck, good fuel mileage. It's got a lot of warranty on it. It's brand new, so
Nice.
yeah,
That is good. I mean, that's kind of, you know what kind of truck you need, you know,
Right.
to make it here.
and it's light. I mean, with my APU on it the other day in 3/8 a tank of fuel, it was 18,240.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
so,
super light.
yeah.
That is good.
At Aero Truck Sales in Springfield, Missouri, they take the hassle out of buying and selling semi-trucks. No matter the manufacturer, the style of cab, or the type of engine under the hood, they can make you a fair offer on your semi-truck with no games or gimmicks. They carry trucks from all the major manufacturers in the trucking industry and perform a thorough inspection of every truck on their lot to ensure safety and quality and give you confidence that you're getting a reliable truck that will last you for years at a price that you can afford. Aero has partnered with Oakley Trucking and the Oakley Podcast for years and are proud to provide our owner-operators with trucks that meet Oakley's qualifications and each owner-operator's specific needs. So whether you're a first-time owner-operator or just looking for a change of scenery, give Keith Wilson a call at 573-216-6047 and let them know you heard it here on the Oakley Podcast.
Now that you've had a truck for a while, I always like to touch a little bit on this for our listeners out there that want to either become an owner-operator or is an owner-operator. How do you treat your taking care of your truck, maintenance-wise? I mean, just because you got warranty don't mean
Doesn't mean anything.
I mean, you gotta provide maintenance to it.
Yeah.
What's your system on that?
My system is you hearing these new engine manufacturers now are saying, oh, you can run these trucks to 40,000, 50,000 miles and not have to change the oil. I just do not believe in that. I'm sure they spent billions of dollars testing it, but I don't trust it. I try to go not over 15 to 20,000 on an oil change. I'm checking my tires constantly. Every 30,000 miles, I cross-rotate the back. That'll extend the life of the tires. I'll grease the truck probably twice during between oil changes.
Is there many grease fittings on them these
Not
days?
Not much. Mainly just in the steering components.
Okay.
Some of them that slack adjusters, if they have drum brakes and stuff, they'll have some. But there's not many. The drive lines are all pretty much sealed now. And yeah, there's not a lot.
Well, maintenance is very important when it comes to these trucks, and I know it's expensive to go in the shop.
It is.
So you got to have a good plan for maintenance.
Downtime is more expensive probably than the cost of the repair.
Yep. And it's going to happen.
Oh yeah. It's not if, it's when.
That's exactly right. Out there on the road, you guys, of course, got rules you got to follow. We were talking about parking on our way up here, that the parking can be a challenge, trying to find you start your day early so you can finish it early to find a parking place.
Right.
That getting any easier?
No, not really. Some states now are opening up their way stations that you can use them at night. Georgia's one that comes to mind, and
Okay.
I think Florida does too. They'll let you park there, so that helps, but it's still an ongoing problem. Like I was saying to you, it seems like the farther west you go, in between, from I-35 to Arizona, it seems like you get parking out there a little bit easier sometimes, but it's still over east. It gets pretty tough.
Yeah, and you got to take a 10-hour break every day. And for our listeners that don't know trucking, that's mandatory by the FMCSA. The truck drivers have to take a 10-hour break. I mean, that to me seems like a long time. What do you do 10 hours?
Oh, I mean, take a shower. I try to take food with me. I may cook something to eat, maybe watch a movie. And sometimes if your dispatcher's been working you pretty hard, you just go to sleep.
Go to bed. Get you a good 8 hours in anyway.
So, I mean, it goes by faster than you think.
Yeah. Anything you're doing special or any recommendations during this heat? It's cranking up here 100 degrees. Is there anything you recommend to do or something you do? It's a little different.
Just keep plenty of water.
Yeah.
I am a person that I've had 2 heat strokes.
Oh, really?
Back when I was a kid, I had one in a hayfield and one in on a football field. And I just sweat. I mean, it just brutal. I sweat like crazy, and you just got to stay hydrated. I mean, actually, y'all gave us a towel at orientation. You can wet it, and wrap it around your neck, just anything to stay cool, as best you can.
Anything on your truck wise with all this heat? Ain't a whole lot you can do. I mean,
I've got my APU and stuff, but try to get your truck cooled off as good as you can before you park it, because some of those APUs they might maintain the cool temperature, but it's hard for them to bring it down sometimes, depending on the size of your cab. So cool off your sleeper and cool off the front of the truck, and then you cut your APU on and it'll maintain.
Okay. What's some of the biggest challenges you face, Gerald, out there every day? I mean, I know there's so many when it comes to, technology and other drivers, and you drive. How many miles a day you drive, or how many a week you typically drive?
Probably close to 3,000.
I mean, 3,000 miles a week is a lot to me.
Right.
I mean, me and Elizabeth drove 11 hours from the beach back home. We had a team, and then we got home, and that night, Saturday night, we slept 11 hours. We was like wore out. But anyway, I mean, what's some of the biggest challenges truck drivers face today?
I really just think the amount of traffic and the amount of distracted people on the road, people that are just distracted by everything anymore. And it's just so much traffic, and people are in such a hurry and so impatient. You'll have people passing you on the shoulder when you can't go anywhere, and you just really got to me, traffic today, normal everyday traffic, is as bad as holiday traffic was when I started in '92. It's just a ton of traffic. I truly believe that the E-log has caused people you'll see people speeding around truck stops, going way too fast in a truck stop, and I think they're watching that ticker, trying to count every second, make every second count. I think there's several things that come to mind, but to me, just the amount of traffic, I think, is
because that's in you every day. I mean, I guess it matters what part of the country you're in, maybe.
Yeah, it can change
a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, amongst those challenges, and I mean, you've had a successful career in trucking.
Yeah.
I mean, right?
Yeah.
You provided for your family.
Yeah.
You've bought a brand new 24 International sitting out here.
Yep.
That's something to be proud of.
Yeah, I'm proud of it. I mean, there's been a lot of struggles. I've learned a lot more from my failures than I have from my successes, and I'm very proud of, like I said, my wife and my relationship. That whatever we've gone through, we've never had a cross word. We just, how are we going to fix this?
Yeah.
And I think truly, you see these driver appreciation days. I think there ought to be a driver spouse appreciation.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, I really do. Because anytime you see a man or woman out here that's successful, there's somebody somewhere that's, supportive of them.
I ask every orientation class when they come through, Gerald, I give them my card, and I say, guys, if you don't have somebody supporting you, I'm him.
Right.
You call me, because I'm going to support you through this thing, because there's so many naysayers out there why'd you buy a truck? Why'd you quit a good job? Why this, why that? And it could be your spouse a lot of times. Yeah. And that is going to make it even more challenging. Right. If you don't have support to go into a project together or a new endeavor like coming to Oakley or like going from company driver to owner-operator, all the people can beat you down quick. I mean, how important is it to have somebody in your corner?
Oh, it's it's probably the most important thing that you can have. I mean, and you know, my wife Carrie, I'm just very fortunate to have her there along with me. And it's also important, not only your spouse, but it's also important to be leased somewhere where you've got resources.
Very
like
good
here.
point. Very good point.
And you just brought up the thing about the card. I can attest to the fact the very first trip I ever made, me and my mentor got separated, and I had an appointment at Dangerfield at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't know where he was because he got held up loading. I got loaded immediately. I couldn't get my dispatcher to answer the phone, but you did.
Oh, really?
It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I hate to bother you, but, you know, you did tell us in class if you needed anything, if you couldn't get an answer, call me. So I took you up on it, and y'all got it handled.
Yeah.
You know? But I didn't want to be late the very first delivery.
No,
you know?
That's good. I'm glad you did that. Yeah.
And I also didn't want to drive in and say, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. What do you want me to do with this stuff? You know, so.
Well, I hope your guy got caught back up with you there. Somebody did.
They found somebody else down there,
okay,
another driver that was already down at Dangerfield to show me how to unload it.
In your, it's kind of getting off subject, but in your, what am I trying to say, suggestion or experience, how does the bulk business compare to, well, you were doing the liquid most of your life, so you did a little bit of the van stuff. Mm-hmm. I mean, how does it compare to that?
It's a challenge. It's rewarding. You better not be scared of sweating and getting dirty.
Yeah.
It's a different ball game.
How's it rewarding?
Well, just, you know, at times you're going to get something that just may not come off the trailer exactly the way you think it should, and you just figuring out how to get it done. You know, it also seems to be a tight-knit group. The owner-operators that I've met around here are just jumping through hoops to help you. Mm. But to me, it's just, even on the liquid side, it's just different. It's just different.
To me, it's which this is the only place I've ever been, but to me, we kind of fly under the radar in the bulk business because people see dump trailers, hot grain trailers. They think they're local, hauling out of the farmer, doing that seasonal stuff type deal, and they have no idea what all the product. To me, it's interesting.
Oh yeah, it is.
You know, the products we haul and where we go that you wouldn't think a hopper or an end dump.
Yeah,
would go. So exactly. To me, it's very interesting. I guess we better wrap it up here, Gerald. You got anything on your mind?
No, I'm just.
What's the future look like for Gerald Brown?
Very successful. I'm going to speak it into existence. Well, I'm going to be 60 years old in October, so this very well could be my last truck. I've been very fortunate. My health's been good, so just looking forward to taking this truck and being successful with it.
Yep. You can do it, man. I appreciate you sitting down with me. I know I kind of caught you in here today. You wasn't expecting it, but I hope you had a good time.
Oh, yeah.
I know you watch the podcast. You said listen to
it
or watch it, most of them. So you'll get to hear yourself here next week.
I might not want to see that.
All right. Well, I appreciate everybody tuning in to the Oakley Podcast. Every week we give you a new one, and I tell you, I just can't say enough about the comments you leave help us tremendously. Share it with a friend. If I could get all 63,000 of our subscribers to share this, it'll get out more to truck drivers, and that's what we're looking for here. So appreciate everybody. As always, we'll talk to you next week.